What's up, and welcome to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar, episode 66.
We are so close to being nice.
Yeah.
We're so close to being nice.
Yes. And we are bringing you that Monday energy after a con, so it's that special Monday energy because it was WonderCon this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a live chat going on. If you're watching us live, join us in the live chat. If you're watching later, comment down below. Give some quick intros. Hello, I am Carrie Lane.
And I'm Katie Cullen.
And we are going to be covering some anime news and other kind of news that you, if you're here and into geeky stuff, you probably want to hear about, as well as Trigun finale, My Hero Academia finale, and more.
So a little bit of WonderCon coverage up in there, too.
That, too. Yes. That was my and more.
Well, I'm being specific.
Yes, this is true. So if y'all are excited about that. Well, first, we'll start with things we are excited about. Quick one, we'll kick off with Love Live, some video game stuff. So this is from Bushiroad International. So Love Live, School Idol Festival 2, Miracle Live, global version is coming out. So there we go. So it's successor of the 10 years of the music game and is I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong part there. I'm like, I can read. I promise.
It's new Love Live, you guys. If you're into Love Live, you're going to be super happy. You will be well fed.
Thank you. Yes. And you're going to want to, I'm like, let's pull up our Twitter because NTA,
you can NTATNB.
Oh, wait, because I made a banner for that.
Yeah. Yes.
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 There. Go here.
There it
on
is.
Twitter because we will post photos for that. And apologies to Love Live. It's Monday energy for you. But yes, so Love Live, there is a global version. It's currently in the works, so stay tuned for latest updates. But we'll post some pictures on that because it looks gorgeous. So you're going to want to stay tuned.
Do we have an ETA or are they just announcing that it's coming? Look forward to it.
Right now is look forward to it. Awesome. It just says it's going to be released. There we go. Here's some more relevant information. Released in 3 languages, English, Korean, and traditional Japanese. So stay tuned to our official channels for latest updates. So that is Bushiroad. So look them up online. So that's BUSHI Road as one word.
Yeah. And Bushiroad does some solid stuff. So yes, keep an eye out for new Love Live.
We're gonna real quick. We're going to the chat.
Hello,
we got Geeky Derek saying ready. Yes,
you're probably more ready than we are.
Howdy, everybody. Glad to think that's be here after a rough day. Oh, boo. Well, hopefully your day gets better.
Yeah.
And we got Charles says glad to be back. Sorry for missing last week. No worries at all. That's all right. It's great. We have it live, but if you watch it later, same love coming right at you. There we go.
We either love you live or we love you on a delay. Either way, we love you.
It's a Love Live.
Hey.
All right, back to more things we're excited about.
All right, things we're excited about and things to look forward to. Crunchyroll has sent us their spring 2023 lineup. And you guys, it looks amazing. We're looking at Hell's Paradise. We're looking at Mashal, Magic and Muscles, the new Dr. Stone season, the new Ancient Magus Bride season, the new Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury season. And that's not all. They're looking at 40 plus new returning and continuing shows. So let's do some details. And yes, I have it on wide view so I can get all the text. April's 1st starts us with Hell's Paradise and Mix Season 2. April 2nd is My Home Hero, My Clueless First Friend, and The Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventures, Serving Gods Who Go Too Far. That is such a light novel title, and I love it. April 3, Kuma 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 Bear. Skip and Loafer on the 4th. A new Konosuba season on April 5th. Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. So, Konosuba fans, I know you're out there. I know there are a lot of you. Go for it. As well as Kamikatsu, Working for God in a Godless World. April 6th is our new Dr. Stone season, Dr. Stone New World, as well as our new Ancient Magus Bride season. We're getting season 2. And then an isekai, a reverse isekai, something wild. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too.
Okay.
I love it. Like I said, now that isekai has really started to explore its boundaries and come up with new things. And this is when we start getting things like this. And y'all, I love it. I love taking the isekai genre and turning it on its head. The
Mhm.
legendary hero is dead, and Yuri is my job. Alrighty. Yep. April 7th. A little bird at Crunchyroll told me that this one in particular was one to look forward to. Mashle, Magic and Muscles. In a world where magic is casually used
Mhm.
by everyone, in a deep, dark forest in this world of magic, there is a boy who is single mindedly working out. His name is Mash Bernadette, and he has a secret: he can't use magic. Then he gets enrolled in a magic academy and antics ensue. So, yes, give me that. As well as Tonikawa Over the Moon for You Season 2, Birdie Wing Girls Golf Story Season 2, amazing, let's go. Cafe Terrace and its Goddesses, Magical Destroyers, and Rokudo's Bad Girls. We're on page 5 of 8, you guys. This season is stacked.
I feel the go look at Crunchyroll for more information.
Definitely go look at Crunchyroll, but I think our other big ones are April 9th, Witch from Mercury Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, April 13th, Ranking of Kings, The Treasure Chest of Courage. A new collection of stories for Ranking of Kings is here in this new series, An Unrevealed Tale of Courage, featuring Boji Kage and friends who have gathered around them. So, uncertain whether this is a season 2 or whether this is taking place during season 1. My bet is the latter.
That sounds like it, because I'm like, wait, this doesn't sound like the adventure continues. It's just like bonus material while this other thing is being made.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
It sounds like the latter. And then also, with no ETA on it, except for this spring, we are getting Golden Kamui Season 4. Vinland Saga's continuing, One Piece, Detective Conan, Soaring Sky Pretty Cure, Card Fight Vanguard, Will Plus Dress, and Sorceress Stabber Orphan are also all continuing from the winter season. So, like I said, stacked for spring. Absolutely stacked. There's going to be all sorts of fun new stuff for people who are looking for something new to pick up. And there's going to be season 2 of so many incredible things, or season 3, or season 4. Like, y'all, this spring season is going to be nuts.
Plenty to pick from for sure. I was also looking here, which is a good question. Charles says, are y'all going to cover Demon Slayer and Ranking of Kings again?
Yes.
Well, definitely Demon Slayer and then Ranking of Kings. Yes.
Yes. That's
because
a yes.
We saw the first episode of the new season because we were at the premiere, which if you've missed that, go check out the playlist on this channel.
Also, evidently, to the Swordsmith Village special is still in theaters, or at least it's still listed on the AMC app. So
nice.
If you do want to see that in theaters in the nice 4K Dolby remaster, like, do the thing, win the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Purchase the tickets.
Another one we got from High Dive. So High Dive is going to kick off Anime Boston, which is April 7th to the 9th. So coming up, in case you want to go to Anime Boston, you can still go. So they're going to have the North American premiere of Oshi no Ko, episode 1. So they will be presenting High Dive will be presenting its largest ever fan experience at Anime Boston. Multiple panels, numerous screenings, and bonus content. Also screening top series and films set to debut online and in theaters this spring. So anime conventions are a great way to catch stuff before it comes to theaters.
Oh, yeah.
So check all that out. So go follow High Dive for more information if you'll be heading to Anime Boston, as well as when they'll be releasing, when these other titles will be coming to theaters. I was trying to look. So we got the Oshi no Ko, which I said, and then Recycle, the Penguin Drum. I can talk on a Monday. Part 1, film screening. Tsurune, the movie, first shot, it's movie screening. The Eminence in Shadow, English dub panel.
Oh, that'll be fun.
More. So go check out High Dive for more information.
Yeah, and Anime Boston is, I believe, next weekend.
April 7th to the 9th. So I'm like, it's not really next weekend.
That's
One more.
next. Yeah, that's
Well,
next weekend because the first is
That
this
would be
Saturday.
this, yes.
Saturday.
Yep, that's this weekend.
Sunday.
What? Ugh, yes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Woo. All right, we got some other exciting news.
Huge what day is it energy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
From 42 West and Crunchyroll, thank you, Crunchyroll, the English cast for Makoto Shinkai's upcoming feature Suzume has been announced. Of course, I immediately stumble on the names. Nicole Sakura is going to be our titular character, Suzume Iwado. Other roles include Josh Keaton as Sota, so our leading man, Jennifer Sunbell as Tamaki, Zoe Zieha as Serizawa, Rosalie Chang as Chika, Amanda C. Miller as Rumi, Melali as Miki, and Cam Clark as Munakata, with Bill Millsap as the English voice director. So the dub will debut in Australia and New Zealand on April 13th, and in the United States, Canada, UK, and Ireland on April 14th. So keep an eye out for that. It does not say if it's a theatrical debut, but given that when I was in my AMC last week, they had a stand-up for it, I'm going to go with yes. So get your tickets wherever you get your movie tickets and go see it.
Yes. It's going to be an exciting one, and if the previous films are any indication, it's going to be gorgeous. So pretty.
Also, we'll be crying.
I know. Might bring your tissues.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's a Makoto Shinkai film. All right, so I'm going to be emotionally compromised by the end. Yes. That's how we do.
Yes.
They're very good at that.
There we go. Oh, is it time for some Overwatch?
It is.
Let's get it.
Give me a second to open up my stats block. Or the app could close on me. That's very helpful. Thank you, Overwatch League app.
While you're looking, you said it, but it is reiterating that we are having a different kind of episode for next week, right? I feel it's one of those. I'm like, yes, you did say this.
My brain. We talked about it. I didn't say it yet.
There we go.
English premiere for Suzume is next Monday. So we're pre-recording.
There we go. It's one of those. I'm like,
just in case.
Yes,
we are, and also because we will be in between anime that we're covering. So we're pre-recording. We'll do a little bit more WonderCon coverage, a little bit more in depth, talk about what we saw. We'll have a few other things to talk about. Probably not a lot of news because it will be pre-recorded same week. But yeah, next week's episode will be pre-recorded.
But please watch along, leave comments, because you can still see the live chat on that, and we will still see comments. And yeah, we'll give you more of that WonderCon news and probably other links to interviews, because probably by then those links will be up. So
yes,
let's get to the Overwatch now. There it is.
So the first weekend of the Pro-Am West tournament was this past weekend. Where are my standings? Where are my schedule? Come on. I had the standings for the teams open and then they went away. Yeah. I've only managed to watch part of it because we did spend the weekend at WonderCon, but Group A and Group B played this weekend and every team played 4 matches, which means we had more than one instance of the same team playing twice in the same day, which is a little wild. If you think about it, you finish your match, you think you're done. Nope, give it an hour, you're facing someone else. And at the end of the week, we do have our rankings for the teams, and we do have one team in each that has gone 4-0, undefeated in the first weekend. For Group A, it's the Florida Mayhem, followed by San Francisco Shock and Vancouver Titans, both at 2-2, and Timeless and Trick Room are contenders teams in the group, both at 1-3. For Group B, the Atlanta Reign are undefeated, followed by the London Spitfire at 3-1, the Saints at an even 2-2. The Saints are the contenders team in this group, the Valiant at 1-3, and the Eternal at 0-4. So for one, I'm glad that all of our attendees teams managed to win, even though Timeless's win was against Trick Room, another attendees team. So, build that into your power rankings as you will. I think they played extremely well, and I am very proud of Saints for pulling off 2 wins in what turned out to be an extremely difficult group. I think this really does display the difference between Overwatch League teams and contenders teams and shows you just how difficult the competition can be, just how much of a step up it is, and honestly, how much the dedicated coaching, the dedicated space for the teams, all of that fun stuff makes, because Overwatch League players are doing this professionally. Contenders teams, they're not pros. So this isn't their day job. To my understanding, I could be whole ass wrong about that, but that is my understanding. So that dedication and the yes, this is your full-time job, I think does make a difference. And I think that does reflect in what we've seen. That said, the fact that we've had Timeless, Trick Room, and Saints playing up to the level of these teams, I believe Trick Room's win was against the San Francisco Shock, which, given that they were second place overall last season, says something. I also talked a little bit about a lot of these teams have impressive lineups, and the big thing that's going to matter is there cohesion? We've shuffled a lot of things around. Can these teams play well together? And it turns out for the Atlanta Reign and the Florida Mayhem, who definitely had some team shuffles, the answer is you betcha. Atlanta, for as much as I gave them grief for dropping Kai, picked up Lip and I believe they also picked up Assassin, which is a crazy DPS duo, extremely talented players. And the fact that half their lineup is new and they still came together extremely well and just ran roughshod over their entire group, incredible work. Also, looking at Florida, Florida kept a number of its mainstays, but brought in new people, including Merritt from the Houston Outlaws, who I still maintain that he should have been put up for MVP last year and that was an oversight. So they are also clicking extremely well with a bunch of new members. Whereas San Francisco Shock, who also has a new lineup, is again at 2-2 and dropped a match to, I think Shock dropped both of their matches their first day playing because they were the first team to double down, and they dropped to Florida and to Trick Room. So it's been a little weird watching everyone find their feet. It's been very interesting to see how this measures up. I'm very proud of the London Spitfire for keeping their lineup and doing extremely well. Like, I would love to see Spitfire take it in this tournament. And Vegas continues to have trouble. Vegas did keep most of their lineup from last season. We did get to see Rack Attack and Luke Mino play again. They're continuing to have some issues, so we'll see how that goes. But it's looking like next week, we are getting groups C and D playing. So we're going to see all the groups, all the teams we didn't before. Washington, Houston, Toronto. We're going to see Team Peps. We're going to see Wisp. We're basically seeing the other half of the teams that we didn't this past weekend. And we're going to be looking at the same thing with some teams playing multiple times in the same day. And it will be very interesting at the end of this coming weekend to just take a look at everyone's standings, see where our 4-0 teams are, see where our 0-4 and 1-3 teams are, and see if Peps and Wisp and our other teams that we have playing, Twisted Minds, can up the average for contenders wins. Like, some of these are difficult groups to be in. So it will be very, very interesting to see how this plays out, especially since all the matches right now are 1st to 2. A normal Overwatch League match is 1st to 3. So if you drop the first map, you have a little bit of grace. Not for this tournament, 1st to 2 up till the end. So yeah, I'm excited. It's been great so far. Cannot wait to see how Group C and D play out this weekend.
Did you see Gigaderic say the league is back in some tendies?
Yes. Or I think technically this isn't official league play. Technically this is Overwatch League Pro-Am West. Different than Overwatch League the season. Because when the season starts, we will have brackets and I will mess them up terribly. It'll be great.
You're like, yeah.
Oh, I'm so bad at predictions. It is either coin flip, awful, or this is a completely wild, stupid thing. How did I call that?
I think you still need to make like a prediction board with some weird stuff. You know, like just write it all down so you can laugh at it later.
Oh, there's a place in the app to do that. There's a place in the app for predictions. So
Okay.
once we start doing preds in earnest for this season, I will fill it all out
You're like,
and I will
bam.
let you all know how I did
Yes.
every Monday. Usually the answer is poorly. I am not the person who wins the $500 prize at the end of the season for predicting the most correctly. That is not me.
But it probably is the most entertaining.
Oh, I'm usually like
Okay.
bottom third. Not the worst, but like bottom third. And there's always upsets. There's always teams playing out of their minds on weekends where you wouldn't think they would. There's always top tier teams just falling flat on their faces against bottom tier opponents. Who knows, man? We still haven't seen APAC play yet, and that's going to be wild.
I have it already as a banner of convention news, but I mean, it's one of kind of news of we were there.
Yes.
Woo! Fanversation was there and bringing you the con news. One, go check out our Instagram. We've posted some video and photos that is saved on the highlights. So in case you missed those stories when they're up, they will be there. We'll be posting a lot more. We saw some amazing cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
We have a lot of interviews coming your way. So stay tuned for those.
For the RWBY and DC fans in the audience, I was able to cover the carpet for the Justice League RWBY premiere and also able to watch the premiere. And y'all, that's a fun one. That is a fun movie. That's going to be out at the end of April. Definitely pick that up. But yeah, it's if you're not familiar with one or the other, they explain it well enough for the crossover to work, and it's a very good time. So I have almost a dozen interviews from that. So they will be up in a soonish manner. Make sure to keep an eye on the Fanversation channel to be able to see those.
Make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because then you won't miss them.
All that fun stuff.
Also, we got interviews for those who are fans of like more sci-fi material. We're covering. We got interviews with team behind the Ark, as well as Quantum Leap, which was really awesome. Which that was a really fun one, as well as a whole bunch of Power Rangers, and they're all very lovely human beings and
from
fun
all
to talk
different
with.
seasons too.
Yes, lots of different across the gamut.
Yes.
As well as more. So stick around for all of those. WonderCon is such a neat experience of hanging out with your friends, but then also really busy. And then you're like, hello, friend, cool outfit, and then run.
It was lovely to see you. Bye-bye.
Yes, but a good time. Good time was had by all. Though exhausted on the Monday.
Yeah.
But we are here bringing you information and exciting to talk about anime, which I was like, yeah, let's get to it because gosh darn it, I was watching this today and how are we done? And okay, one goofy thing that I was like, I squealed with delight and was excited. Oh yeah,
before we get into it, because I do think we're going to have some of this time around. Yeah. So for those of you who are joining us for the finale, hi, we love you. Welcome. We will be talking about we'll be talking about Trigun Stampede in and of itself. And then we will have a point where we will switch over to, if we need to make comparisons to the Trigun 1998 anime, this is going to be the lower third we'll have up. So if you want to remain unspoiled for 1998, if you haven't watched it, just mute it, keep an eye on the lower thirds, come back for My Hero Academia. Generally speaking, we cover all of Stampede before we head into any comparisons. Also, watch Trigun 1998. It's amazing. It is literally my favorite anime.
I was like, wait, hold on. Let's one button.
Oh, what do we got?
There we go. Yes, absolutely.
Big Monday energy.
After big name drop. Which will that be in the comparison part? I think. Yes.
Millie!
Yes. I
spent half this episode screaming for one reason or another.
Yes, but my silly one that I appreciated screaming at was when his hair changed.
I was
like, there's the hair.
I've been seeing people joking about, we've needled your noggin.
I have really grown to like his nice spiky this way hair. And I kind of was like, I like this as an alternate. And the other thing is, I feel this reconfirmed our theory that we're like, this is a prequel.
Oh, yeah.
This is a prequel to the other one.
Because I think, as we mentioned last time, and this... It's kind of in comparison, but not really. Like July and the town of July being destroyed is a noodle incident in the other show. Like, they mention it a lot, but they
Mm.
don't tell you. So the fact that in
Mm.
this show we witness the destruction of July, we see the bounty go up from $6 million to the 60 billion double dollars that we know and are somewhat terrified of. Yeah, we get the Millie Thompson name drop. Yeah,
We
we
get the
saw the
angel
angel
arm.
arm too.
Yep.
That I was gonna save that for comparison, but you're right.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
fine.
was absolutely sitting there
And
screaming,
fly.
angel arm, angel arm, angel arm, just
Yes.
screaming until it happened and then cheering.
Also this, hell yeah, the camera work and animation during that
Yes.
fight scene was incredible. I was like, oh, so good. I was just like, damn, on animation alone, people need to check out this show. And I will admit, beginning we were all a little bit like, I don't know. And then it's like, oh hot damn, this is really good.
Oh no, after I saw the first trailer, I was in it to win it for the animation.
Okay. Well,
Like-
some of the internet was a bit concerned.
All right, yeah. Well, there's a difference between we and the internet. All right.
I'm part of this we. I was a little bit like, I don't know, we'll see where it goes. I don't know about
not
it.
me. Not me. Not
But
me.
maybe I didn't watch the
Smart.
trailer. Well, we saw the trailer. At
Yes, you did.
Anime
We were
Expo.
at Anime Expo.
Maybe I was like, yes, that. It's been so long ago.
Big
Eric goes,
Monday energy.
Yeah, these angel arms. Feels like I've been waiting for that forever for that. Yes.
Yep. We have a pair of one-winged angels in light and dark color themes, just going heckin' nuts. I have to say, I love the whole bit of like, you'll never be able to live with them. They'll hate you. And it's like, yeah, but it'll die down and then I'll go live with them again. Doing the, I'll just keep running until I'm able to come back because I'm Vash the Stampede. And that whole, that's the best answer you have. Like, I love it. Because once again, he's got a point, but that's just so Vash.
It
Just
is.
truly is.
Oh, the moment where Vash is like, when did we become so different?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, because probably from his perspective, they weren't that different. From Vash's perspective, they probably weren't that different early on. But I bet Knives was like, yo. He was already starting to deviate, but.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just I love the little bit of like, oh, hey, it's like a Western, and Vash going, I don't like those.
Yeah,
It's like, oh,
me too.
you best start believing in Westerns, Mr. the Stampede. You're in one.
I feel it's a satisfying enough of wrapping up what we got. Definitely if you've never watched it, you won't have that feeling. But if you've watched the original, you'll go, okay, this is my prequel. And that really makes me want to go rewatch the other one.
Yeah.
And then you get those nice little Easter eggs. And the name drop, we said, Meryl being like super, like she got the tank top at the end and tough. I was like, yes. And hey, you don't want to mess up, you'll be in insurance.
Yeah. Just the, you're gonna be Robert 2.0.
Yeah.
Again, there's so much of this that is gonna be covered in the next section, because it's dovetailing so nicely.
Yes.
But that just.
But when do we get more?
The first part of the fight against Nye really felt like a video game boss fight. Like in the best ways,
in the room,
but just watching the camera work, the choreography, like again, watching it with my roommate, and we're both, and I'm like, this feels like a video game boss fight, and she's like, yeah. So it really did, but like a good one.
Yes,
a good one.
I laughed at this because Knives has incredibly resilient hair, face melting the bean butt hair. I noticed that too. Like his face is gone, but that hair is on point and it's pointy. And I'm like, damn.
Well, and when we pulled back to the moon, I'm just sitting here going, please let Nia's skeletal corpse just drift by. Please just do that. Please give me that. Of course they didn't.
Yeah.
But like, I wanted it.
Yes.
I really wanted it. No, instead we got a missive from Earth, evidently.
Right?
And I did appreciate the comment from Zazie. Like, I have no idea how Zazie knew this, but yeah, they bridged the gap. People are going to start coming here from Earth now. Like, right? Cool. How do you know that? You're literally made of worms. But
they're in tune with the universe.
I just want to step back and talk about Zazie for a hot second. Because I started off like, get this kid off the screen. I don't like them. And now I'm like, I appreciate Zazie quite a bit. And yeah, manga character. Yeah, I think we're getting into a lot more manga stuff, but I appreciate Zazie. And I appreciate that they are very much on their own side. And I think Knives very much sold them a bill of goods about, oh, humans are terrible. Humans are going to wreck the planet. Humans are going to kill all the worms. It's going to be the worst. And then at this climax, we have this huge, all right, well, if it keeps growing at this rate, it's going to take over the planet in a number of hours. And Zazie sitting there going, I think I was lied to.
Yeah, I kind of wonder, like, Zazie go, damn, maybe I made the wrong
humans-
decision.
So I think Zazie realized, like, oh, I've been used. Oh, Knives lied to me. I think the humans might be a better solution than the plants. Yikes. Like, I don't think Zazie likes the humans, but I also just given that last little interaction we had at the end, I think Zazie's got some form of respect for Meryl.
Yes. And even maybe
Yeah.
Punisher a little bit, or Punisher.
Yeah,
Undertaker.
I mean, like, they have that weird thing where they've been co-workers, kind of. It's been really weird. But for Meryl, it's been straight up, I will answer your questions. I will ask you more questions. They have that back and forth.
Yep. I'm trying to think of what's the other thing on it? Well, I was kind of wondering a couple things. One, does that might not necessarily mean they're coming from and then we're not talking the manga, we're just talking what we've seen here for now, then we'll talk about the other show. So from Earth, that doesn't necessarily mean they're like from the planet Earth. They could have been another ship that has gone out, because we had learned they had been in space already 200 years, so they could be like 100 years behind. So there's that. Also, we do confirm it's been 100 years that they've been on the planet.
Yeah.
So does it put Vash at like 300?
It puts him at, like, I think they said it was about 100.
Okay,
because
like
the 200 years that they've been in space, like, Vash and Knives obviously weren't around that entire time. Before them, we had Tesla.
True.
Which was yeah, so I still place
they're
Vash,
about
like,
100-ish.
Yeah, 100-ish, a little over 100, because they were around. Around for the crash. Yeah, they caused the crash.
They're around for it. Yeah.
Tesla.
Okay, then
if
the
at first
other
you don't
thing,
succeed, destroy all evidence that you tried. Ooh.
Has Knives collected all plants at July that has now been destroyed? So
I don't think so.
Got all the plants. I didn't think he could have gotten all of them.
Yeah.
But he's definitely got some of them there, and now they're gone.
Yeah,
so,
just
yay.
Cratered.
Yes. So what's that mean for the places that they've taken plants from? And good question. Yeah. We won't find out till later.
I also don't think Knives is gone.
Oh, yeah?
Like, okay. If this gets into conversation for the other, but in the same way that, like, we got Legato for 35 seconds and then he fucked off entirely.
Yeah.
In the same way that Livio is presumably still around, probably with Legato. In the same way that the doctor in the lab survived by basically going, I must go. My people need me. And just whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, we're not done. So I can see, depending on how successful this is, I can definitely see a season 2. I can see them addressing a lot of the same beats that we had in 98 with a twist, because we've got a very different setup for it now.
Fly away like Dr. Eggman. Yes.
Yes. I'll get you next time, Hedgehog.
Well, yeah, I'm curious where they'll go, because... Oh, wait, hold on. Should we start getting into comparison?
And I think we also need to hit the amnesia for Vash.
Oh, yes.
Eric's. Which now I think we do need to into the other.
All right. Now, if you have not watched the 98 version, when this goes away, come back. Or at least unmute.
Eric's was a thing that happened in the 98 anime as well.
I do remember that vaguely.
The second usage of the angel arm. He basically went into hiding because he just whole ass couldn't handle it anymore. Let himself go for a little bit and just was fairly well done. Actually, I'm trying to remember if it was after the angel arm or if it was after Legato forced his hand. I don't quite remember the exact timeline, but it was a bad time. So, and Knives was still the villain of that season.
Mhm.
So I don't think we're done with Knives.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to fall to the planet, be picked up, and be taken care of. I don't know if he's just going to float around in space for a while. Like, I don't know what his deal's going to be. But despite the fact that all of his flesh got burned off, I don't think he's dead.
They did announce final phase is coming, whatever that means.
Yeah. And also, again, if we consider this a prequel to the 98 anime, like, it's definitely, I can see it playing out in a similar way, but with some big differences to begin with. Meryl already knowing Vash, for starters. Meryl
big
being
one.
in a very different place.
Yeah.
For start. Like, she's had
And
an arc. She's starting off somewhere else. She's going to be a lot more like Robert than the very straight-laced person that we saw
Yeah.
in 98, who refused to believe that this complete and total dork could be Vash the Stampede. So
they've also done some of the beats from the 98 version in this
Yes.
one, so then they won't do those. So that's interesting as
Wolfwood's
well.
existence.
Yeah. He was in a blue funk and needed a break.
I don't know. I think he'd already had a break. It was just
Yes.
different. He had a psychological break.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah.
So and again, July was the noodle incident. The
Mhm.
destruction of July was what they talked about.
Mhm.
So the fact that we've seen the Angel Arm now and seen it fairly well under control doesn't dovetail as much with the 98 anime, where July was evidently the Angel Arm out of control. And the second use of the Angel Arm, the one that we see in the series, is also it being out of control. It's
Mhm.
something that he doesn't know how to handle, which is, I think the second instance is the part where he blows a hole in the moon. So it was after
Charles
the Angel
says
Arm. Thank you.
Mhm.
So it's a little different now that we know what his power is, now that he seems to have some semblance of control over it, and who knows, maybe the amnesia has destroyed that. Who knows?
Mhm.
Who knows? There's a lot of who knows at play here, but it still very much feels like an AU, but also a prequel. So it's weird. It's a weird place.
AU?
Alternate universe.
Yes. That does sound accurate. Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
both. Kind of does. Well, it's more also to where it goes next and how long do we have to wait.
The fact that we've seen most of the Gung Ho Guns and some of them are no longer alive. The fact donuts, yeah, we haven't had donuts in this show yet, but we haven't actually had any time to like screw around and have fun in this show.
Apparently, Charles says there's a lot of Gung Ho Guns we didn't see yet.
Oh yeah, there's like 14 or 15 of them total. There's
I wonder if they'll go more playful next, because there's so much playfulness in the 98 show of like funny.
I have my doubts. I think
I doubt
the playfulness in the 98 show was also quote unquote filler episodes. Because again, my understanding now is that the 98 show was made while the manga was still going on. So they had some of the beats, but they also kind of had to make their own.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's one of those, oh, they did it well. Mm-hmm. You want someone who did it poorly, the Chrono Crusade anime exists. Yeah.
I was going to say, if you never read it, though, it's not bad.
No, the end. Yeah.
I liked it, but
I watched the anime before I read the manga. And let me tell you, those last 4 episodes are like, nah. Those last 4 episodes are bad.
Well, it's like, unfortunately, a lot of anime. Good run, bad endings.
I don't know, man. We hit the twist at the halfway point and I was done. We hit the twist at the halfway point and they went, what if we just got really depressing? And I'm like, why are we really depressing? I liked this show. I'm like, no, just depressing. And then I read the manga and it was like, oh, shit's fucked. But there's hope. Like, how did we do this? Okay, whatever. Anyway,
anything else?
If you're gonna consume Chrono Crusade, read the manga. Just full stop. Yeah. Katie has opinions on things. Who'd have thought?
That's what we're here for.
Trigun,
that's what we are.
You can't get a hold of the manga anymore. It is impossible to find because it's out of print. And I don't think it's been digitized because of licensing problems.
Oh.
So, like, if you want to read the manga, good luck. I believe in you. Yes. Legato, not Legato. I can't remember his name. Mid Valley the Horn Freak. There we go. That's my brain was just like horn, horn, horn. Like, yes, I know horn is in the title. Give me the name. Mid-Valley
Yes,
the
do
Horn
it.
Freak.
Giga Derek says gonna try for a Wolfwood cosplay. Do it.
I believe in you.
Charles says Mid
Yep.
Valley.
Mid Valley the Horn Freak. Again,
Well, I wonder
Mid-Valley.
with the success of this show and like just general interest that they might try to somebody would try to get for licensing and print the manga.
Who knows? I think that's a whole other because I believe it was printed by Dark Horse. So that's a whole other thing. It was either Dark Horse or Image. I think it was Dark Horse. Because Dark Horse had a manga imprint for a while and they also printed Hellsing.
Yes.
So yeah, it's been 20 years. So who knows? But evidently if you want to get your hands on physical copies of the manga, you best be rolling in it because they are expensive. Out of print stuff usually is.
Yep.
So
any other thoughts on?
I don't think so. It's just gonna get real heckin' interesting.
Yeah, I want to see more. I really liked it. I'll recommend it to people. I think I would actually. Which one would you tell people to watch first now, knowing how this one ends?
98. I mean, I've straight up said that 98 is my favorite anime. That has not changed. So this one goes a lot harder on the plot, a lot quicker. But I think 98 is a much better feel for the characters and how they interact and how they think. Like, I think that having done 98 and having that particular understanding of these characters, it threw me in terms of Meryl, but it really helped in terms of Vash.
Yes.
So, and I think that's very important given that he is the protagonist.
Yeah, I'd go with that too.
If we do get a sequel series, if we do get another season, I will be very interested to see what happens with Millie and Meryl, because that's going to be a very different dynamic because of the changes in Meryl. So, because they had a very specific dynamic in the other anime, and now we have this.
Do you think Meryl was happy? She seemed to react to Millie's name. Do you think it's because she knew who that was or was excited because it's a girl?
I think she's excited to be a senpai.
Okay. She just seemed to be more excited when she heard the name. So then I kind of was like, but then I wondered if it was like, it would be like a girl like her, you know, in the sense of someone coming in that she's like, all right, it's like how I came in. Yeah.
Because I mean, they also dropped that like, we're sending you someone. She specifically requested you for some reason.
That also gives you a little ego fluff. You're like, why? I'm cool.
Yeah. Like, hey.
You're like, I'm here. Yes.
So yeah.
Alrighty. So we'll just have to wait and see. I agree. I think I would tell people watch the 98 one first. Because it's like, here's the extended edition. And then then watch the streamline. I feel you get a deeper experience watching and the other one. Which, quick
also,
side.
98 has a banger of an opening theme.
That too.
Like, Stampede has a nice opening theme. I appreciate it. 98 has a banger.
Did Meryl smoke before, or did she just not clean it out?
I don't know.
I think she just left it. We don't see her smoking. I feel she just left it as like a thing.
Yeah.
Not a tangent because we're not going into it, but a quick little reminder though too, as I've been still reading Demon Slayer, the manga, I would say the show is an interesting, like letting the manga breathe more because they're both really good, but it's just a very different, like the manga is very like straight and dry in a way of like, and I felt the show has to fill that time a little more. So it's interesting.
Right. And adaptations are always interesting. Sometimes they improve, sometimes they're a problem, and you never know when you're getting an adaptation. Like it helps when you have, because we had Studio Orange here, so we knew the animation was going to be amazing. We have, I never pronounce it correctly, Ufotable, the studio that's doing Demon Slayer.
Yes.
killing it. Spy Family
Stunning.
having two
Yeah.
incredible studios working
Yeah.
on it. Like, the pedigree does help. You never know, though.
Yeah.
Like, you always kind of have to sit back and go, all right, it's at a good studio. They've got a good pedigree. They've got a good track record. You still don't know what you're getting.
True.
So we'll find out. We
I
are
just put this up
thankfully.
because we were talking about multiple shows, but now we should
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
our other show.
We should.
Yes. So my hero, semi-anticlimactic, but we kind of expected that because we cannot get the whole boss fight and wrap it all up in one episode. So it's okay. And then we are going to be picking up when we get the next season, which
I appreciate that we got what we did.
Yeah.
I appreciate that we've been kind of showing Stained, kind of chilling in alleyways and looking for people. And like we've been cutting to him throughout the latter half of this season. I appreciate that finally coming to fruition. I loved the conversation with All Might. That was incredibly well done. And then the
not
raising
exactly
of
what we were expecting. So it's like,
but it was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Because that whole like, yeah, no, you're not him. You're pretending to be him. It wasn't the strength. It was the spirit that inspired people.
Yep.
And like Stain might have been the dark mirror of that, but he's also like, so kind of got what I wanted in that we upended Hero Society. Not super happy about the minor apocalypse that came with it. Do better.
Yeah.
And also, here's some information that I got. So use it to do better. Fix all of this. And then come murder me. Okay. Like, oh, you're still on that. All righty, cool.
We got this in the chat, and I agree. Stars and Stripes, America.
America. I mean, let's be real. We've had like Delaware Smash and whatnot already. It's
you have to be able to laugh at it because it was pretty funny. It's like,
look, All Might is not from America. He just spent a lot of time there. If it's an American person who's really into Japanese culture, it's a weeaboo. I don't know what the reverse of that is, but it's All Might.
yes.
So the fact that he trained someone in America, like took an apprentice, and that person basically went, what if I was All Might? Like, sure.
Pretty much.
And her name is Stars and Stripes.
Oh
I did like that we got to see Salam again. Been a minute.
Yeah, that was funny.
And for those going, what? Who's he? He was in World Heroes Mission. The third movie.
Oh, that was funny. Star and Stripe, and what I assume be a pun to a Top Gun squadron. A little bit.
Well, and the fact that she was riding on top of a fleet of stealth bombers.
Yes.
Why were they taking stealth bombers across that's not what you use that plane for. I grew up in an Air Force family. So it's just one of those like, that's an option. That's a lot of stealth. That's a lot of stealth planes for why would okay. I think that's just Horikoshi having fun.
Charles says it must be tough for All Might since he was young and he saw the world in turmoil, helped fix it for 40 years, and now it's in turmoil again after he stepping down. Good point.
I mean,
and now he feels like he can't do anything, but it's like, actually you can, just not the way you originally thought.
Well, and on the one hand, it's like, yeah, dude, you built yourself as the pillar of Hero Society. You made yourself untouchable. You put everything on your shoulders. But the flip side is people let him do it. They were all too happy to let this one dude take care of everything. And of course, they didn't understand that this one dude was also worried about this one villain who absolutely wanted to upend the world and take over it. So it's some of it is pressure he put on himself, and some of it is pressure that came with the quirk.
Yep.
And, you remove that pillar of society, what happens? So the fact that this entire series, essentially, has been pulling away from this is how I became the greatest hero and focusing much more on everyone working as a team, the class coming together, the class is coming together, the schools coming together, even the hero licensing exam, knowing like, all right, we need to emphasize teamwork. We need to emphasize their ability to work together because that is what we're really going to need in the future. The
Mhm.
fact that that was the case, like, I love this show showing everything that All Might did right, and also very much showing everything that All Might did wrong and everything
Yeah.
that society built up around him. Like, you cannot put Hero Society, you cannot put any society on the shoulders of one person, because if something happens, oops, it's pickup sticks at
Mhm.
that point.
Mhm.
It's pickup sticks using buildings, which is a problem. So
Yes.
I really do love that that has become the theme of this show, that like heart and teamwork and the ability to work with other
Mhm.
people despite your differences, and the ability, and we saw this with Deku talking with the other wielders about, so can you murk a kid? And him going, well, I'd rather save him. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, things are super messed up and super wrong, but also like he was calling out for help and I can't ignore that.
Mhm.
Showing that one of your greatest powers is compassion. Like, who was it in chat that said we're here for soft boy protagonists? You're right. You're right, and
Yes.
you should say it.
I was also
Teal
marked, by the
soft
way.
boy protagonists who super believe in compassion, but will also tear your face off if you fuck them up. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I'm here for it. So yeah,
Stars.
just the fact that this show is very much emphasizing, like, yeah, things can go wrong. Yeah, we built things incorrectly. Yeah, actions have consequences, but also,
There we go.
yeah, thank you, Derek. But yeah, like, but also, compassion is the right thing to
Oh,
do.
the best quirk is the friends we made along the way.
You bet your ass. Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, well, yeah, because then we get all the moments too with his friends and classmates. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, no, we're like, we know where we are. Like, thank you for the letter. Oh my gosh, though, who was cracking up with that bath scene? I was laughing so much.
It's just the
Oh,
you ate the boy in the bath. All
yeah.
right. But just the things are better with a nice bath. It's like, you're right and you should say it. And I miss
Oh,
onsens like you wouldn't believe.
yes. Um,
But yeah, it's
Speaking of friends,
very
that bath
much,
was super treat. I'm like, it was so funny though.
it's like, you need a bath. You just, yeah, no, we're not
Oh
letting him
man,
argue. We're not letting him run away. We're not letting him be like, I'll take care of it myself. Like, nah, buddy, I'll take care of it myself has been the problem.
yes.
So it's like, let's just
Um,
dump him in the bath. Let's make sure he gets clean. Let's have a bonding experience.
we got Kachan almost saying his name one way and corrected himself.
It's like, if it's too difficult, you can
Oh,
still call me Deku. No, it's not
that's
too difficult. I'm
what he was
amazing.
referring to see trigger do the bad scene.
Oh, fair.
I know. I was like, what? Oh, and the other big thing turns out, yeah, Shigaraki will be complete in like 3 days. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Like,
Oh,
thank
shite.
you, Stain. And again, the use of Stain this season, or the latter half
Mhm.
of this season, has been so interesting and so
Mhm.
good. And just the fact that, for one, we see a villain who was probably in Tartarus for a reason, and Stain going, yeah, no, you don't get to go outside. Forget
Mhm.
that noise. And instead of joining in on all the riots and everything, going into the command center for information on what the hell is happening. Like that,
Mhm.
he's built different. He's built different. He, I mean, Captain Obvious here, but he probably wouldn't be in prison if it weren't for the murder. Duh. But it's a different mindset. And
Mhm.
it's still a very extreme mindset, but it's very interesting to watch that at play. My Hero Recuperation versus My Hero Existential Crisis. Yep. But it's really interesting to watch that at play and to
Mhm.
see the contrast between all the people who just wanted to get out, do what they
Yeah.
wanted, cause havoc, or
Chaos.
who
Yeah, mayhem, everything. Yep.
essentially got picked up by All for One and deputized.
Oh
And
yes.
him going, I didn't want the apocalypse. I didn't want this to
Mhm.
be upended like
He wants
this.
a just world.
I got what I wanted, but at what cost? You
Mhm.
know, like, it
He's
started out
all
with a kiss. How
whoops.
did it end up like this? Just, all that fun stuff. Just, it was so interesting to see the difference in his approach.
Yeah.
Because he was season 2. And we've had so many villains after that that have
Yep.
been out for themselves, total powerhouses, just
Yep.
completely me, my motivations, my wants, my desire for power. And the fact that he's not in it to take power for himself, the fact that he's very much, I want to improve society, and literally everything I've tried has failed, so I guess I'll try murder. Like, not a good way to go about it.
Mhm.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But the fact that he's on the cool motive still murder spectrum, whereas everyone else is just murder.
Yes.
I like it. I think
I
it's
do
well
too.
done.
I thought
Also,
it's
holy crap, 3 days.
Yes. But then that makes sense too for when they come back, because I'm like, how long do we gotta wait? Oh, okay, it's gonna happen any day now. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe we let Deku get like a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
And I
Couple
do
good
love
meals,
the
you know.
waking up from nightmares and freaking out and everyone just going, dude, you're fine. You're with us.
Mhm.
We're sticking with you. We're not letting you go out alone for
Yes.
more than one reason. So it's gonna be okay. So like chill. A
Mhm.
little bit of chill.
Yeah. But that's why he needs that support system. That was the problem, which he admits too. He's like, I pushed All Might away,
Mhm.
and he feels bad about it. Oh, that moment was hilarious. I should go talk to All Might. Where is he? Boof.
Oh yeah. All Might had a journey this episode. Can we talk for a minute about the snowball woman cleaning up the statue?
Oh, that was cute.
It's like, yeah, she's in a shelter. Yeah, it's really
Mhm.
dangerous and it probably upends people at the shelter too, but she comes out here
Mhm.
and she cleans this up every day.
Yeah.
And it's just
Because he saved her. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because
Oh, okay.
that
Wait, hold
sign
on.
saying "I am not here" has been the symbol of the latter half of this season. It's been
Mhm.
what that I believe the opening theme lingers on at the end, which
Yes.
is, what you take with you when you go into the episode. That imagery. So the fact
Yes.
that we end this season with someone who still has hope and still cares, specifically dismantling that
Mhm.
imagery. I love it. This was so well done. I love it.
I'd say let's go for this. Giga Derek says, I have a theory on the Molyneux Way if I can share it. Yes.
Let's go.
Get it. Yes. While you're writing that, we'll look at a couple of these other ones too.
Yeah.
Charles says, if you want to see the results of All Might's heroship, it's that woman. The flame he lights in people. That's very true. It's often more the inspiring somebody else to be better that could be stronger than anything. Oh,
we've got that from the beginning with Deku and Bakugo, both saying, I want to be All Might. I want to be like him. I want to surpass him. Like, he inspired a lot of people. So, on the one hand, we do have all of the pressure and the pillar of society problem. On the other hand, we do have what Stain pointed out, which is the burning embers that you left behind that will become roaring flames of their own. Yes. The fact that they entitled this episode No Man is an Island, like, yes.
We've got Rab in chat says, oh, hi all. Hello.
Welcome.
All right, Derek, you better be typing fast because we're getting towards the end here.
But yeah, it's. I know we mentioned that this episode was a little anticlimactic, but like, it doesn't matter.
No, I felt like that's how you had to end it though, because like, it's the pause before it ramps. It's a roller coaster, as we've said before. It's the dip. We're at that kind of middle part before it gets crazy again. So
yeah, and My Hero seasons do like to give us closure on the arc. It's not a cliffhanger sort of anime.
No,
which I really appreciate.
It wraps up what it needs to and we will pick up again soon.
Exactly. Yeah, like coming back in season 7. Like, alrighty. I'm just gonna have some problems, but okay.
Yes.
Looking forward to seeing Salam again. I like him.
Yes.
Don't know how much help he's gonna be, but I like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciated the commentary about trying to send a whole bunch of heroes to Japan will destabilize the countries they come from, that All for One has agents in those countries that are already ready to move in, that if the hero's not there, then people start going a little nuts. Like,
all right.
Yeah, like it all makes sense. And it makes sense that they're trying not to let this be dominoes.
Yeah.
That things have already started to fall and that they're trying to pull a domino out in the middle so that the chain doesn't keep happening. Really
So, yeah.
makes sense.
Having a society on one pillar is a dangerous thing. Yes, exactly. That was what we had. Here we go. Gig Derek says, Ayama, I think. He's had all of one line last 3 episodes, seen twice, and this episode was ending. We only saw him at half a side profile, no face. And the stuff last season with the mild stalking. True. Fair theory.
So here's the fun thing.
Yes.
The identity of the mole is something I've been spoiled for. So I'm not going to comment either way.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, well,
yeah.
You can answer. Were you satisfied with the ending? Satisfied? Surprised? Yeah, satisfied or surprised?
I'm not saying anything. I will say that at the I got the spoiler without context,
and
it was a while ago. So, yeah, it's my opinion on it has changed a little bit when we've as we've gotten more context, but my opinion on the show has changed as we've gotten more context. So, like, again, that is something I've been spoiled for. So I am saying whole ass nothing.
Fair. Giga Dirk also said everybody had a part to play in stopping him except Oyama. True. Very fair. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, and we do end. We need to put on a concert to be friends with everybody, which I thought was adorable.
I don't think they're trying to put on a concert.
I know.
I think they're more just like, all right, we need to best foot forward.
Yeah. It was just funny of the memories and All right. Anything else before we get to our next section?
I don't think so.
All right. So
see you later, My Hero Academia. At some point in the fall, maybe?
Yeah, I bet fall.
I don't know. Have they been averaging a season per year, or have we had gaps? I legitimately don't know.
Well, we started in the fall and we got to now, right?
Yeah.
So it's like October, so it might be October again.
No, like what I'm saying is, I know that anime is made at a breakneck pace to the detriment of a lot of the people who work on it, which is a problem.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, like, have we had a season every fall? Or have we skipped years? Have we changed times? Have we...
It's only been 7 seasons.
There's an easy way to find this out.
Girl,
I'm going to pull up my little information box. And we're going to move on.
The search bar in your hand. Yes. All right. Well, while you're looking, though, too, we'll get into other things you should check out. Let me see if... Nope, wrong page. There we go. What was I watching? So this is stuff that we have been watching, reading, or what have you that we want to recommend to you or not, because sometimes we have ones of stay away. One I did check out. I started watching Quantum Leap because we were covering at WonderCon. That is a fun television show. If you never watched the old show, don't worry, they fill you in. And if you did watch it, it's some nice callbacks and building upon what existed before. So it's not negating what existed. It's just like, hey, continue on. So that's nice. Looking over here in the chat, we got Rab says, Witch from Mercury. Yes, season 2, next 2 is going to start next month. And we do have that. That's true. Another thing to watch. Did you find it, Katie, or are you still looking?
I think we've been getting one per year. Just from what I've been seeing.
It's been 7 years we've all been watching this show? Wow. I believe it.
Holy cow.
And then
I'm wondering if the next season will be the final one, or if we have more. Cause I don't know. I don't think the manga's ended yet. I don't think it has.
I was mostly busy for WonderCon, so not watching a whole lot. But I would say the other one that we will see how it ends, but I have had a book on tape of The Silent Patient, and so far it's been really good. I have like 1 CD and like 2 chapters left, so we'll see. I'll report back if it's really good, but so far it's a good thriller, murder mystery thingy something. But yes, good. Katie, what about you?
Good. Yeah, again, because of WonderCon, there was not a lot of media input, and also my media input is going to be the Pro-Am tournament for a while because I enjoy that. Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd
Hmm.
Skill has been absolutely phenomenal. One of the best anime I've seen since your boy Kongming. It ends tomorrow, or at least this season ends tomorrow. It looks like we're getting a 12-episode season for that as well.
Mhm.
Highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's on Crunchyroll if you haven't watched it. The animation is phenomenal. The voice work is so good. The plot is great. Like, this is a show that started good and just kept getting better. I never see this with shows. It didn't have any dips. It didn't have any what the heck is happening. It's just like, oh, this is a fun premise. Oh, it continues to be amazing. It's just good. And then we started cooking some of the stuff we saw on the show, and it was incredible. So
Nice.
yes, continue to recommend Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill. It's incredible. Give it the 3-episode test. For me, it didn't even take 3 episodes. It took 1.
Mhm.
Yes. If you are feeling Let's Plays, Game Grumps has started playing Sonic Frontiers, and it is bringing me an absurd amount of joy. So, if you're here for a long Let's Play, that's one that's going. Again, I will assign you an Overwatch League team if you want to watch the tournaments and be able to root for someone. I will also assign you a Contenders team if you want. Do both. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm probably just going to pick some spring Crunchyroll anime when they drop and start putting those in my eyeballs. But the other thing was that I was able to see the RWBY Justice League Superheroes and Huntsmen Part 1 premiere this
Mhm.
Saturday. That drops on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, etc., and digital on, I think it's April, it's either the 21st or the 24th. So it's about a month, but is worth it. Is worth
All
it.
right.
Is a lot of fun. Review pending once I find out if there's an embargo. It's yeah, you don't want to post before companies tell you you can post. But yes, that was a very good time. Highly recommend it when it comes out in a month. And also, RWBY Volume 9 is happening right now. That's also on Crunchyroll. If you haven't seen RWBY, it's all on Crunchyroll. It's real good. You just got to give it a little time.
Giga Derek's friend Overwatch. I got Gladiators in London.
Yep. Two very good teams to root for, and I can't wait to see how the Glads lineup does this weekend.
This one too. Yep. I have to check out Anna Sad mentioned. True. John Wick 4 and R.I.P. Lance Reddick.
Yep.
Yes.
R.I.P. to a real one.
Yes, but also excited to check out that film. But we are.
One
you
more.
saw a big one.
Yes, I was able to see Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I got into an early screening. It opens on Friday. Go see it. Like, if you are into D&D or tabletop at all, this movie feels very much like a tabletop campaign. Just the way the characters interact, how things are structured, what they need to do in order to accomplish their goals. It really feels like a tabletop campaign without the meta of cutting back to the table to see how the players are doing. Like, it is so much fun. The script is fantastic. The effects are great. It's a mix of practical and CGI, and they're all pretty dang well executed. If you are big into D&D and D&D properties, there is a wealth of Easter eggs for you. If you've never played a tabletop game in your life and you're just like, I just want to see a fun movie, see it anyway. It's 2.5 hours, and it doesn't feel like 2.5 hours. Because a lot of longer movies, sometimes halfway through, you're like, how long is this fight scene? How long have we been sitting here? That movie, not a once. It ended, and I went, that's it? We're done? Where's the rest of it? No, it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. It was a great romp. So that opens this weekend. Please go see it if you feel comfortable seeing things in theaters. Highly, highly, highly recommend. And I would love to see them do another movie with the same characters. Just, do another campaign with the same people. They're so good. So good.
Reiterating, Giga Derek, do we have a show to watch next week or the week after?
Next week's show will be pre-taped.
Yes.
Because we may or may not be here. So we will be pre-taping it because there is no Did you mean do we have an anime to watch to cover for the next
Well, the
week?
anime
No,
that we
we're on a
will be
break.
covering will be Demon Slayer for
Yes.
sure, and then Ranking of Kings most likely.
Most likely, yes.
And
And
until
neither of those are out for
Yeah.
a couple of weeks yet. So
don't worry, we'll bring you fun
Yeah.
stuff. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
we got some other neat things, WonderCon related too, that we will bring to you. Yes, so on the anime, yep. So Demon Slayer for sure, and probably Ranking of Kings.
Yes,
we'll just
but
kind of
neither of them
line up too. So
neither of them will be available next week.
yeah, so not yet.
And we're
So-
pre-recording, so yes, next week's just going to be a fun episode.
Yes. And where's my banner? So yes, thank you all for tuning in to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar. If you watched us live, awesome. If you watched it later, also awesome. Leave comments down below the different things we talked about. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button, notification bell, because we'll have videos coming soon. So Katie, let people know about what you have coming out.
Yeah, you can follow me all over the social medias as well as on YouTube and Twitch at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. I am also a host on Silver Screams, which is a horror channel. So if you have seen the new Scream movie, or if you just want to hear two people talk about the Scream movie for a straight up hour and a half, we kind of lose our minds a little bit in the best way. That is over on that channel. I will have interviews from that Justice League Ruby red carpet coming up, and a few other interviews besides. So keep an eye out for that on this channel. And if you do Ruby, and if you like Ruby reaction videos, they live on my channel. We're halfway through the season and going strong.
Yes.
Yes.
Real quick, Gig Derek says soft boy protagonist supremacy. Yes, we
betcha.
have a lot of that. Yes. And then yes, John Knight, I hope you enjoy My Hero Academia season 6 up. Yes, we watched that and it's very fun. And we're excited to see more whenever that comes out. So yes, you all can find me online at Carrie D Lane across all the platforms. That's KARIDLANE. I just wanted to show off my shirt. This is did I lose? No, there was my mic. There, this side. I can lean. Yes. So this is from Turtle Tea. I thought it was adorable, of all the little Spider-Mans. And they have fun, cutesy stuff. Not sponsored. Unless you guys want to sponsor.
Yeah. T-Turtle does a lot of fun stuff.
They have really fun shirts. And yeah, so stay tuned here on Fanversation because lots of WonderCon interviews. So be a minute to get through all those. Yes, I had teased it before, and now it is available. The director interview of Unwelcome is here on the Fanversation channel. So go watch that. Check out the Fanversation Instagram and TikTok for like coverage of WonderCon. We're gonna have pictures and videos, and follow us also on NTATNB because we'll be posting pictures and such of the different news we cover at the top of the show.
Yes.
There you go. Words bringing you all that kind of energy, but we're always here and happy to talk to you. So yes, on the interwebs. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll be seeing you next time. See ya.
Bye.